So here I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do something though, and I feel like posting teachings is gonna be a big part of what I do, because I love to grow. I love to read books. I wake up in the morning early. Like, I look forward to that. Like, if I get to bed late, I'm like, dang, that's gonna push me back, because I need my 7 hours, you know what I'm saying? So I love to grow, and then I learn stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is so valuable. Like, I feel like this would help somebody, you know, and that's what I typically will post or whatever, you know. It's stuff that I've learned and that I think is bomb, and so I want to talk about it. So I feel like, I don't like things around my neck. Trying to push through. So anyway, I think this will be a big part of what I do, teaching stuff I've learned, whatever. But I feel like it's all been really cool. Like, I'm like, you know what? If I hadn't gone down that valley, I probably wouldn't have had these new thoughts and new visions of kind of the direction of 4Kukui, you know, because it made me fill myself up because I knew I needed it. And through that filling up and through, you know, like, just when you're down, you have all these thoughts about everything. Like, I was reading something, because I was talking to Nick, and I was like crying. I was like, I feel like I've been at this for so long. Like, it's been like 5 years, you know? And like, I'm still at my corporate job, you know? And he's like, it's just a little longer, you know? Like, just, you know, keep going, just keep going. And then I was like listening to my podcast, and he was like, yeah, like, at 32 years, like, we had been doing all this stuff, and we've been growing, and, you know, but like at 32 years in the ministry, God was like, okay, now you're really starting. And I was like, 32 years? I'm over here complaining about 5, you know? So that was another piece that was huge for me mentally. Like, chill out, Tiffany. Like, you got plenty of time. Like, I know things aren't going to be quick. I know that. Like, I don't even like when people think that they will be. But in my head, I'm like, 5 years is a long time. I'm still at my corporate job, and what's the deal? What's going on? You know? So, but anyway, but if I hadn't gotten so low, I might not have would have started listening to Andrew Womack, which the first podcast I came to was, that he was on, was Don't Limit God. And then I thought of, my sister told me, she was like, you know, so when I used to coach in the past, it was very one-on-one. I had groups, and I was constantly replying in the groups and checking up on people and keeping track of progress, and it was overwhelming. And I felt like if I wanted to be on a bigger level, like a bigger scale, and I only had like 20, 30 women at that point, I can't do this. Like, I will not be able to handle that many people. I can't. Like, I feel like I'm constantly stuck to my phone, like replying to people, answering questions, signing up new people. Like, I was all consumed. And so I have learned different things, and I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I want to have a life. Like, the purpose is to have freedom, right? You know, and to enjoy what you're doing. And that was just like sucking me just dry. And so anyway, so I was just like, I want to be behind my computer, you know, like behind the screen. Like, I want to do everything online. I want to be able to be mobile so that I can travel, which is still for sure what I want to do. But my sister was like, recently, she was like, you know, I know you want to be behind the screen and like not, like, do a lot of things face to face and all of that, but I feel like, you know, people want to interact with you, you know, like, and I just started thinking, I'm like, that's relationship, you know, like, people want that in some form, you know, like, so I was like, that's true, you know, and if, like, my purpose here is to love people, you know, show God's love to people, like, that's relationship, you know? Like, I need to get out there more, and how am I gonna get super big hiding behind my screen, or, you know, like, always. So, you know, because people have told me, like, hey, you should like announce that you're gonna do a workout at this park and then have people come, and I'm always like, yeah, that's cool, but I never wanted to do that. Like, you know, like, I wanted everything to be like on my time, like, I don't have to be anywhere in person, you know? That was my thing, like, that's what I kind of wanted. And so when my sister told me that, it's just been like in my head, and then like listening to podcasts, I'm like, yeah, where we build relationship with people and love on people, like, I need to adjust to that. And so I'm like, it would be really cool. I've always wanted to do van life too, like, that has not gotten out of my head. Before it even got big after 2020, way before that, like, my sister and I went to like a tiny home convention like years before, and like, so it's always been there. But so with that, I was like, well, maybe I can still have a local, you know, like my house, and then like I can travel to places where I'm called. And I was like, Isaiah 55:5, behold, you shall call a nation that you do not know, and a nation that does not know you shall run to you because of the Lord your God, for he has glorified you. And I get chills all over my body when I say that. And I was just like, that is so cool, you know, like, I can go different places when people call me, hey, come over here, talk, do a workout, whatever it is. Like, I have a group of people, can you come out? Yes, I'll be there. I get in my vehicle, travel there, stay in my vehicle, live in it or whatever for the few days, come back home, wait till I'm called to the next one, do that. Or if it's not where I have to drive, just for the day or whatever it is. And so I'm like, that would be really cool, you know? So everything would still be online, but I would still have that personal touch with people at those events and those kind of things. And then I was like, you know what? I think fitness is going to be a really big part, of course, always. I just will. My passion is fitness, so it's going to be a big part of it. But I think the bigger part of it is going to be me talking, like teaching, or like something along that line. Like, I've always felt like I was called to do something bigger, and I always felt like I was in front of a big crowd, which is completely opposite of like what I want because that's scary, like being in front of a lot of people. So what happens when I get in front of a lot of people? Ask me to get on a stage, totally down, not fearful at all, love it, love seeing people that ask me to demo a workout, heck yeah, do it, awesome, zero fear. But when you ask me to use my mouth, no, my mouth does not work in front of large crowds like that. Like, literally, I'm like, I think I would actually enjoy this if my mouth would work. Like, it shakes. My entire body shakes. Like, I stress out so much leading up to it that I get fever blisters from stressing out. Like, it's bad. So why is my long-time vision that I've always had me in front of a large crowd? Like, what's going on? Why? You know, like, but after I do stuff like that, I am super amped. Like, I'm like, oh, that was amazing, you know? So I do feel like I'm supposed to be doing that. Current Tiffany is like terrified to think about that. But I keep telling myself, if someone asks me to talk in front of certain people, say yes. Do it afraid. That has been my motto. Say yes. Just say yes. Like, just say yes. I'm like currently trying to convince myself to make sure I say yes. Oh, it's funny after I realized how many times I said it. That's funny. But anyway, like talking to y'all like this, ew, no big deal, like, because you're not here, right? Posting it, caring about what people think about me, no big deal. Don't care. I'll post it. there's no fear there. But like I'm telling you, if I have to get in front of people and use my mouth, it doesn't work. But I just feel like, you know, the first 100 times I do it, I'm just gonna have to apologize up front. I'm gonna be like, y'all listen, as my mouth is shaking. And I feel like this is terrifying. I am terrified, but I have promised myself to say yes to things because I know it'll get better. But y'all are my guinea pigs, like my first 5 years. No. Let's just say maybe first year. I don't know. I'm sure it's always scary. But anyway, like, I'm just like, I just gotta say yes to things, you know?